I'm back!
Okay, so good afternoon, good day sa tanan. So, today we'll be having our lecture 1, which is the importance of safety and health to construction. Although, some of the discussions or reference about safety talks about the importance already, and also, before I will start now in my class proper, the syllabus have already discussed also. So, pasensya na mo sa to ko. Kay, apart na siya sa tong new normal. But anyway, I have decided to do the lecture 1 or to incorporate the lecture 1, its importance through journal, no? It is because uh, it was studied and it was carefully gathered by the researcher. So, I would like to credit the researcher of this journal, Fabian Alberto Suarez Sanchez, Gloria Isabel Carvajal Pelaez, and Joaquin Catalalis. So, I think from Southern America yata ni sila. If I am not mistaken, or Colombia yata. And also, this is from the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. So, when we talk about occupational, from the word nga, OQ. Joke lang. From the word nga, occupation. So, occupation is a big word. It tells, or it talks about the works, the simple work up to uh, the very saan na siya, kanang bitang, you call that kanang bitang complicated one. So in safety class, we cannot say that it's just very simple work, because all acts matters. So in short, we have to be very careful about our own little movement or our own pacing. So here, about the importance, I incorporate the research of the three researchers. So it is entitled about the occupational safety and health in construction, a review, application, and trends. So the title itself, this a research regarding construction, and it's also a review for the uh, implementation, the data, or the accidents, the incidents that was recorded along the way. So in this presentation, can you please check your slide? We have an abstract here. So mostly uh, in a research paper, abstract mo yun ang the first one to read. Why is that so? Because as a researcher, or as a bitang scientist, or as a researcher, you have to know the boundaries or the importance of the research through its abstract. One thing is that before that is I want to explain also that I am using, or I am incorporating research because you are now third year students, and I'm sure that it will be a big help for you later on, not only to our subject but also in other subjects also. It is related to research. And also, during your, because in your curriculum, there is no such research method. It will be discussed through oral writing, or I don't know if you still have oral writing, oral and writing skills. I don't know. I am not sure about that one. But one thing is the research method that you are going to understand before doing the thesis. It was already uh, placed, or was they call that one. This is in one subject already. So iisan lang siya. It will be discussed as one. But at least before doing the research or thesis, this time you will be able to know some of the parts of the research that you will be doing in 1 year, you know, before graduation soon. Okay, let's go back to our abstract. So here, I have to read first. Due to the high number of accidents that occur in construction and the consequences this has for workers, organizations, society, and countries, occupational safety and health, or OSH, has become a very important issue for stakeholders to take care of human resource. So it is a big deal with the company, no? The company itself should protect their employees. So it is not only bounded by the people, it's also bounded by the country, organization, workers. So it is a big organization, it is a big agency that protects the people from being harmed, no? For this reason, in order to know how OSH research in the construction sector has evolved over time, this article, in which articles published in English were studied, presents an analysis of research conducted from 1930 to 2016. So meaning to say, there is a certain development and the trends that was going on in relation to safety and health. The classification of documents was carried out following the occupational safety and health cycle, which is composed of 5 steps. So in this research, na siya 5 steps nga cycle. First, we have to regulate or regulation. Second, education and training. Risk assessment. Risk prevention and accident analysis. So 5 cycles lang yung consider. With the help of three diagrams rather, we show that evolution takes place. So we will be trying to discover what is that 3 diagrams. In addition, risk assessment, risk prevention, and accident analysis were the research topics with the highest number of papers. No, of course, kanang magong risk assessment and risk prevention is kanang always na siya mag-upan. Pag na ito mag-identify ang risk, ay identify mo mo ang risk. Muna tawag assessment. Then naadun tayo tawag ng risk prevention. And so on siya pag-prevent nga it will happen. Then after that one, of course, na maging mga something accidentally happen, identity analysis. So, we're going to have this. The main objective of the study was to complete the knowledge of subject. So it is an additional knowledge showing trends through exploratory study that may serve as a starting point for further research. So of course it is just this research is just part of the development of another research. Okay, actually class, when we talk about research magod kay it has to be developed, it has to be kanang bitang uh, what do you call it, it has to be innovate, it has to be improved, it has to be updated. So aron there will be kanang bitang there will be uh, an action later on regarding on the trends that was studied already. Okay, introduction. We will go to the introduction. In most industrialized countries, the construction industry is one of the most significant industries in terms of contribution to gross domestic product. So, see how big construction is. No? Kanang it gives money. No? It talks about economy. So, in short, if atong construction industry is weak, therefore, less kayo ang ato ang improvement or ang atong income or ang benefits sa country. No? Next is it has also significant impact on the health and safety of workers. Now, of course, construction, it is evident also. The construction industry is both economically and socially important. Yeah, that is correct. Talks about economic and social important. In construction, workers perform a great diversity of activities. Correct. Diversity is a wide range. There is a various activities in the job. For example, so items of work sa balay. So simple work is example, bending of rebars, carpentry. So these are simultaneous works. Laying out a foundation, excavation, diba? Howling sa pang mga works. Basta dagan other works that are related to construction. So each one with a specific associated risk. Of course, there are lots of risk. Of course, wala pa man ni kaning sa introduction pa lang kanay dakan na kita pwede discuss. One example is an excavation. Simple ra kay na siya, but there's a risk in there. So excavation, so pwede siya mahulog dito siya kawalta. Hanapon ang toko class. The worker who carries out a task is directly exposed to its associated risk, no? And possibly exposed to risk produced by nearby co-workers. So it is one also kanang bitong playing around and during working time people are playing, so which resulted to diba horse playing kanang binata lang ang style ba, they're working and they're playing, for example kanang okay sige iinay nagtulod or pushing him nga resulting it nga na-push siya na nabantig yung ulo sa concrete wall or concrete column, so it resulted to accident or worst case scenario, diba? So careful of playing around, dili kita mag-play guys, okay? It will be leading to a serious one, no? Kita mag-play. Okay, next we have building designs. Materials, dimensions, and site conditions are often unique, which requires adaptation and a learning curve from site to site. Injuries may occur in a number of ways and every juncture of the process. Next slide. As a result of situation, there is a high frequency of accidents in construction, which makes it an unsafe industry. We need to accept that findings, no? It is very clear that the numbers are high with regards to the construction. Imagine na kanang way construction na building nga ni-collapse og daghan, collapse lang dito ang building. So pila ka workers ang maigo, no? So not good gid siya nga kuan, pero this part of our job, which makes it this the degree of safety in this selected sector of economy is not indicated by a single accident but by a set of accidents that have occurred within a specified interval. See? Grabe ka sakit, no? This is a single, this is not an isolated event. Kaya sometimes man God, nahulog siya adtong excavate to. Next time, na po yung mahulog dito. So meaning to say, na siya series of, or not, hindi siguro series of na siya interval, na siya possibilities. It will happen again without thinking or without any assessment. So, nanikalasod ang sa construction. Knowledge about the noticeable trends in accidents is required in order to assess the level of safety and also directions for changes. Yeah, the word knowledge about the noticeable trends. So, this way, research is one way of having an idea to proceed or to understand the situation of today's safety and health trends. So next slide. Occupational safety and health is an area concerned with development, correct? It has to be developed, promotion, it has to be informed, it has to be informed, and it has that the people should be aware, no? Maintenance of the workplace environment, of course. Once it is destroyed or damaged, you have to fix it. So in my own experience with class sa Saudi, safety have different levels. They have to find the risk. So after assessing the risk, they have to go over, to check again. No, they have to check it again. Kay basin, no? Natin mga word nga basin. Alag, ang akong gihikot dadto nahulog. Ala, daw bi na nagbinuang ana that night na wala to siya na fix. Imo siyang giagian. Nahulog ka. Na ang githink na to is na fix to siya. So kung wala na to siya gibalikan, wala na to siya na maintain, wala na to siya na check again, then it will result to injury or accident. Policies, of course. Policies is I will be sending you the policies of ILO, which is the International Labor Organization, which also the Philippine standard is following, or the Department of Labor and Employment, and programs that ensure the mental and physical and emotional well-being of employees, as well as keeping the workplace environment relatively free from actual or potential hazards that could injure employees. Correct, no? Programs. The word programs. So meaning to say, they have to train. They have to explain to the people that it might result to accidents if they are doing these things. No? However, the number of articles regarding OSH in construction was small until 15 years ago. So meaning to say, ang research about safety is less. Why is that so? Diba? The number of articles regarding OSH in construction 10 years ago. So, kabalo mo unsay reason why nana asa ding human nga paragraph. Since 2001, the number of COSH publications relating to construction has increased. From the different perspectives and using different tools, researchers have studied occupational hazards in construction. SOSA, AMIDA, and DIAS. It states that there are several tools and methods to investigate and understand occupational accidents in the construction industry. So sa Almeida and Diaz, I will be giving you this overview later on na. Dig deeper ta. Kano naman siya? Mara siya og softwares or something and programs that has to be understood deeper. Okay, this one way mangod of understanding more the data that has been released. Okay, next. In a systematic review of construction safety studies, Zhou et al. Found that all research subjects were optimized in 20.7 to impact individual and group organizational characteristics and 33.03% to accident and incident data. So naa siya mga percentage diri nga kanang related to construction, naa siya about 44.65 were pertinent to safety management. So it's a bigger risk kung nasa sa management team, meaning kanang bitang management mo kasi it's about people, the people that are working, the people's movement, their organization, their different jobs. And also here we have 20.7 to the impact of individual and 33.03 to accident and incident data. So ang 20.7 how it will how it will affect other people. Ang 33 dayon kay ang data about accidents, kung how many accidents in this particular time. So muna yung mga related research sa construction. The body of research and safety management process involves safety planning. Kani mo discuss ni siya ang management. Safety planning. Planning means before doing the things, no? You have to plan. Monitoring. After planning, there is an activities happen in the site. So we are going to monitor unsa na yung mga activities dito. Kung na by risk while doing that one. Safety assessment. So if they are doing that activity, unsa kay mga possibilities along the way it could go wrong. Safety measurement. How are these people being protected by the management team? Kumbaga kana itong how you will make sure that the precautionary or the set standards or the information that being delivered or being discussed or being informed to inform them about the activities is being followed, no? Are they aware of that things? For example, during the excavation, so along the way nilang working process, enough ba ang ato ang paghatag sila og safety awareness about that matter? Okay, safety, performance, etc. So performance, so malagi na measurement and performance. Performance is ang imubang ang safety team ba is gear meaning knowledgeable enough. So may mga requirements sa safety kung ikaw ang safety officer. So na yung mga basic requirements, trainings dapat. So kana nga mga kuan ni discuss ta na later on. Nganong unsa na sila nga mga performance, kanong kinahanglan na siya. Mga first aid, na dapat kabalo mo first aid, kabalo mo tambal, kabalo mo plaster, kabalo mo taman CPR, no? Sana all. Sige, next. Taking into account the previously stated remarks, the aim of our paper was to review the literature and define concurrent trends in research in occupational safety and health. And he said, trends were obtained through chronological evolution. Thus, this can be properly analyzed and further research can be developed from them. So, kulba ni siya nga research dahil no, kay it was more siya a collection of activities from the previous research. So, it's just a general thing. No? So, in your sa inyong mga thesis pohon, if you want to have that studies about how materials being evolved or how concrete evolved in just 10 years, 15 years, 16 years, 20 years, or structures or designs, how designs evolve in many years. So, developmental siya. Okay. So, let's go to methodology or literature. Search and analyze only peer-reviewed papers associated with the cultural safety and health instruction because the state of the art of a discipline is defined in these forms. Some very relevant articles from conference were also considered, and the scope of research was determined by the following parameters. So, na yung mga parameters. First is the language, period. Dayon. Key descriptors. So, dagan na siya. Sa kwade siya. Ang mga requirements. So, muna siya ang mga requirements. Okay, so kaya taas ni siyang discussion about safety. So, we have two one. Hinay na to discuss ang nata inputs. The first problem needing to be addressed was how to suitably classify all the information. Occupational safety and health is not a homogeneous issue. Quite the opposite. There are many stakeholders involved. Besides, it can be considered a multi-stage process. This process approach has already been suggested by many authors in risk management as traditionally applied to project management, which proposes a similar process based on 4 stages: identification, analysis, response, and control. Moreover, the OH is SAS 18001-2007 standard proposes a cycle based on continuous improvement which comprises of establish corporate policies, plan, implement, and operate, check, correct, review, and improve. These steps are compatible with the ISO 9001-2008 quality management system. Finally, Carvajal is the author, proposed a 5-step cycle: regulation, education, and training, risk prevention, and accident analysis. A new occupational safety and health cycle that includes safety climate was developed, adapting the cycle suggested by Carvajal, which is created in phases of education and training, risk assessment, and risk prevention. So, taas kayo siya, no? In this presentation, the idea have been discussed, no? Have been practiced, and there is a standard na it was being practiced, no? The process of having this safety is that it will be a good a good result to lesser accidents. Example is that quality management system, ISO or ISO, no, international standard, no. This has something to do with how we will be able to protect the people from working. Okay? So in this process also, according to Carvajal, he added about the cycle yang gitawag. Gitawag niya nga climate, safety climate. No, this is one way of checking how we are protected by the weather. During ba sa hot season, during ba sa rainy season, o sa gawas, during ba sa winter, no? So, natay iyang assessment. So, sa figure 1, mani ang gihatag nga cycle. Have you see, kada check gyud ko slides. Okay? So, this is what we call a safety culture. It involves the regulations, risk prevention, and risk assessment. So first, unsa man tong unahon? We have to regulate corporate policies, standards, and laws. Regulation meaning ano siya og kanang pamalaod ba sa Bisaya ba ng pamalaod nga dili lang because gusto sa kumpanya, but because it is a law that has to be followed. So example na to kaysa itong international is ILO. Kanang mag-work nga dapat dili underage. So dapat dili na siya mag-work. So that is simple lang na siya nga balaoda, pero evident siya not only in the Philippines but all over the world, no, na mga people nga underage work na. Of course, if I think also, so kung ano yung balaod, so katong unit or department sa construction or a certain agency, kaya sa Philippines kay DOLE man ato So ang DOLE, na sila unit diha ang mga safety sa work. Muna siya ang department kay kay dili man pwede ang kuan ang kanang sa galing na DOH kay Department of Health. So sila dito rin sila sa mga hospitals na sila, meaning to say after the accidents na or after the kuan na the unsafe acts, no, kasi lahat ng DOH. Ang DOLE is about implementation the safe acts, no. So based on the arrow, pag man ma-regulate katong mga regulation, it has to be inform, no, i-educate and train the people. So ang first thing i-educate is katong mga technical people. As civil engineers, we are technical people. We're going also to discuss also sa katong mga kay ang safety officers mangod, I don't think sa kuan is qualification niya is civil engineer good. But mostly mangod ka as long as you are a graduate of a 4-year course mostly, and you are going to sa Philippines gali, I think if you are going to have this training lang na pila ka number of hours, anyway, I'll be giving you that number of hours and how you will become a safety officers, no. Then after niyo ma-educate katong mga officers mag-educate pati sila sa mga workers. So ang workers involved foreman katong mga top management, kay ang top management also are workers, right? So maski pa kag manager ka diyo unsa pa ka, you are not exempted sa safety sa construction. Okay, next based sa arrow is we have the risk assessment. So this identification analysis. So imo nang i-check, analyze nimo kung upon working na dayon assess ka. Then of course i-prevent. Then sometimes na kaning accident, no, mahitabo. So katong gingon nga, if na accidents, so imo din siyang i-analyze nga na ay accident. That is what you call an accident analysis. But sometimes, if dili siya ma-accidente, of course, nato gitawag nga accident does not occur. So dito siya mabalik sa regulation. So nahimo siyang cycle, no? Nahimo siyang cycle. Meaning, nga pwede dili may tabang accident. Dapat gid dili. No? Muna siya cycle. Kaya kung ma-apply sa cycle nga na ay accident may tabo, so within the cycle, meaning to say, dili, useless ang pag-educate o ang pag-regulate sa maong balaod or sa maong ito man ang gitawag na to, maong pag-implementar sa mga standards nag-base international. Useless, no? Useless in training. Dapat dili mo ma-accidente, dapat ay nani. So, anyway, there are lots of factors mangod sometimes for accidents, but it has to be stopped. No, wala dapat ma-accidente unless natural phenomenon. No, wala tayo may mana. So, if you try to check, no, sa iyahang cycle, naay katong kuan niya nga safety culture. Kanang 3 kabuk. Kanang regulations, risk assessment, o risk prevention. Muna siya ang pinaka-importante. Muna yung mga cycle, no? Occupational safety, health, and cycle. And next, however, a shortcut in this cycle appear if regulations either from the company or from public agencies are not analyzed, improved on or at least implemented, and later if education training is not provided. Again, next slide ba yun? So, important yan. A company that does not seriously apply occupational safety and health management system may enter into a spiral unsafeness. Correct. Huh? Management is wrong, not serious about safety. It will result to not good system. Trying to take the easiest way out of the cycle and making it shorter and shorter each time until serious accidents takes place. Yeah, correct yun na. Bitang kita na ko sa Facebook page nga na video nga they are trying to pour concrete sa second floor man yata nga slab. Nga from that floor, imbis na sila gibuhat nga dito sa pero ligam to nga safety ya punto katong himo nila nga dalan kuha sa concrete saka pag naog giambak lang siya dito sa he jump dito sa katong may mga aggregates. So that is gravy ka kung ano i-shortcut niya ang work na ma-shortcut yun ang life, no? Lami kay maboy kalibutan. So just muna gitawag sa Saudi, no, nga do it safely. Your family awaits you. So abaga careful, and if you do not care of yourself, dili lang manggod imong family ang ma-involve, pati pud ang laing family. So it's a serious matter. Okay, in any event, a culture of construction safety should be implemented. Yes, correct. Culture, meaning a practice. Good practice. Okay, culture siya. This is defined as the whole group of knowledge, habits, and behaviors that drive companies to the willing application of safety and health approaches and procedures in the construction industry. This is a good way to achieve a climate of safety, which implies a subjective perception and evaluation of safety issues related to the organization, its members, structures, and processes based on the experience of the organization, environment, and social relationship. So, in this slide, it just simply stated na do it good, do it nice, follow the rules, everything will be okay. Ano na? The next is for this article. Next slide is kaya po na. The previous article was taken an example of logical continuous process with feedback. which allowed for an analysis of evaluation research of social safety and health in construction. So kani murag kuan ni siya about processes of having the kanang iyahang research na. So dili na kay ta siguro kuan ani. So kani siya nga article, for this article inyon lang ni siyang sabton kani siya nga part kay it has to be kuan lang ni kanang iyang gini on nga cycle. Iya lang ato lang ani is we have to understand simple things nga iyang gihatag diri kay nakita ninyo ang safety culture. Mao ra man to siya tanan. Mao ra to siya tanan. Next slide. Para sa yapon. Para siya continuation sa kuan. Ang process. Okay, nani ta sa result bill sa ang result. Nasa kita ko bibliographic analysis. So, bibliographic meaning bibliography, meaning as published, run through niya yung gipasa tanan. And in the research we undertook 285 articles were selected from 32 journals or proceedings. See, class, it is a good idea, in doing the thesis. This not kanang kuan dili ni siya ginatudlo. Actually, sorry ha, pero wajud mi tudlo before kana bitang maka-create ka og study nga apan sa study itself lang. Bitang walay gastos nga materials. Karon mo gud kay ang trend is about materials. So you have to spend, you have to check. Wala mo ko ingay gidiscard. Wala mo ko ingon nga not good siya, but katong mga way kwarta or not liking about spending money, wala budget. So you can have this idea, a developmental type of research, gathering of data aron ma-relate ninyo ang trends, Okay. So I think yung result naman ni dili lang siguro nato ni siya ikuan, pero ang yung result is mayon siya result. Nasa ikuan na nga ang papers chosen by journal and periodies are displayed in table 1. So of course you have to acknowledge the writers, cite it nga kuan gid kay ma-plagiarize man ka. It can be noted from this table that the number of papers are recently increased. As he discussed from 2001 to later stages. A total of 110 papers related to OCCUPATIONal construction were published. This amounts to 45.3% of all articles included. Likewise, in the period between 2011 and 2016, total of 50 were published. Although this period is shorter, it can be observed that the amount of published papers is greater than the period prior to 2001. The Journal of Construction Engineering and Management is the one of the most articles selected, followed by Safety Science and International Journal of Project Management. So, if you want to have this management level with safety practice, then good this idea. So sa table 1, dagan kayo yang gikuha nga mga journals. So okay, next, selected articles are displayed in table 2. So naay mga articles diri about regulation, education, risk assessment. Nag-ihap ra siya class. Nag-ihap ra siya og pila ka book about accident analysis, risk prevention, Ano na, mo lang ibuhat. Iya lang gi-summarize, insert, gi-summarize na. Pero mo lagi na. Iya lang gibuhat, pero ang term nga iya lang. Dili mo na siya ingon nga wala siya nag-run through of research. Wala siya nag-read. Yang gi-read. Wala akong giingin na nag-run through lang siya og mga journals. Meaning, he collects, he reads, he understands, and form another idea. So, good for me also to have this one kay marag nana ko idea for my future good. Okay. Basta my plans. Okay, for our next slide, it is surprising not to find many people seconds. Kani masim kakwatag idea about how we're going to have a research like this, no? It is surprising not to find many papers or regulations. So the word regulations, how being implemented. So we are going to check this one sa Philippines, either from the company's point of view or from the public agency's point of view. So public meaning katong sa DOLE. Ang company's point of view is company itself. So katong ng mga contractors, private companies pa na kung ilabang kung nila ang protocols. Maybe the reason is that some articles deal not just with the regulation but also with other approaches to occupational safety and health. Thus, they are categorized under other steps of the cycle, mainly risk management, risk assessment, or risk prevention. In our study, we observe how research has influenced the development of laws and regulations by providing new forms of tools of risk assessment for implementation of preventive measures at the workplace. The analyzed papers propose measures to assess results achieved and to know whether regulations are being applied and if they are meeting the objectives for which they were created. Kana. My God, ang dami pa. Okay. Dili na tanin eh. Okay, kuha na ni siya. More on the steps na niya how to So for the topic of risk assessment, the search started with fine seminal articles, so mathematical evaluation of controlling hazards, in which formulation to quantify risk in proposed. It is based on 3 factors that define risk. So kani siya measurement siya sa trends, mga tools saan mo pag-measure sa acceptability of your results na dahil siya. They are displayed in figure 2. Sige, kani. Trends in risk assessment. So, from 1971, nakita niya, no? So, at least natay flow. Naunsa ang pag-evolve or pag-develop sa one problem or one regulation to the trend to the latest one. No? Unsa kay nahitabo. So, I am not sure lang sa iyang scope of studies kay nag-focus naman siya sa katong mga journals ng kuan. I don't know lang sa Philippines nga point of view. Murag wala pud ko nakita diri nga Philippines, no? Tsara mo international nga mga papers kay ma-recognize imong papers ay mo paper nga imong i-publish. Basta di ang safety, no? Sige. Ano ko idea. Al-Bahar and Crandall applied traditional risk management approaches to construction industry to obtain useful strategic tool for managers. Kaning mga tool naman ni. Ano lang taan ni. Kay lahi na ni siya research idea na gud ni. So kani siya diri nga part class is naa siya kanang bitang mga methodology how to conduct research nga na acceptability na how it will be acceptable to the public or to the readers and how it is important research compared to others. Na ba? Kinasa gitawag diri nga statistical data. Importante kani kay ang mga mostly mangod basta kadi mga management research kadi or mga inani nga mga research kailangan mo ka questionnaires sa statistics ka probability or statistics mo ng mga program yung mga studyhan kaya maka-create ka graphs maka-create ka og tables maka-create ka og charts para ma-identify nimo ang certain results based sa objectives nga imo ang gisets or giset rather. Balik man. Sige, next ata. Okay. So, dili na kayo na ito ni Kwan. Di na kita mo dig deeper. Ang ato lang is how they are doing the activities. So, inyo lang ni siyang i-read, no? Anyway, ang basta kaya ang safety na to cycle is kabalo na to sa safety cycle. Kanilang man siya is methodology. So, ang methodology is different ng ang methodology sa uban o sa different ang mga authors pag-approach. Ug-asa po sila mag-base. So, iyan eh. Kanis, isa po niyo trends in accident analysis. Napod siya. So, figure 4. So, figure 3. Ano ito? Figure 3. Trends in risk prevention. Ang katong isa, trends in risk assessment. Ano? Ang next ayun, trends in accident analysis. And last is conclusions. And so here, it is concluded that the paper sought to establish current research trends in construction safety and health in the construction industry. We describe and construction safety and health cycle based on the traditional risk approaches with 5 basic steps. So, naa siya yung mga kanabitang reference yun sa nila pagkuha. Yun na po siya yung problema. Because of the scarcity of articles in the first 2 steps, new trends were proposed for regulations, education, and training. So, meaning to say, class, kani kay yung giingon scarcity, regulation, education, and training. Mas tara siguro if we will be creating a study that a certain company or public, no? Natay company or public nga kuan. Now yung mga training and safety or RT working. But mo lagi na. It's confidential for others. Muna nga, have you observed na walay na mention here about safety of which company? You generalize lang siya without mentioning any names. Kung yung lugar kung mo ko na safety kay kape, gastos, mahal. Ina na ang mga reasons. Pero we have to invest money. I'm not sure lang, no? Kaya mostly ina na di lang ko magkuhan. I don't know sa Philippines. Pero sa Philippines, basta, kamo na lang mag-charge. Naaman ko sa government. So, it's you. You will decide. Okay. 3 main branches. Management of Social Safety and Health Construction Industries. Ayan na ni. So, you have here. So, hapit na maman class ha. So, the findings of this study show the following features such as trends of research evaluation, rewards in safety incentivization programs, and dapat ako no kay kanabitang rewards. I-reward mo in safety incentivization programs, increasing the usage of information technology tools, production of process automation, implementing proactive measures rather than reactive measures. The word proactive. Kanabitang kanang good approach ba? Kanang dili kay kanay din ang buhatan, kanay dayan. Kanang unsapay mas makatabang sila pag una sa mas maayo para ma-protect sila for doing such, no? The next is integrating quality and management standards and using technological tools to train workers. So it's all about tools, trainings, knowledge, and regulations, education also. Okay, that ends that we have here the references. Have you noticed na yung mga footnoting that nga numbers lang? So katong nga mga word or katong nga mga numbers are in reference to number 1. Muna siya yung mga title. So Dagan man ang mga ways of how to cite properly certain authors. O just visit Google Scholar or YouTube or mga EPS style, mga klito sa doa, EPS style lang ta. Kasi simple raman ato ang kuan, research dili man ta magkuan. Mo magini standard nato sa tong school. Okay? So, na references diri sa mo ni ang iyang ginabuhat. So, grabe references 59. Ang activity no. Pila yung PIT, pila ka kuan, pila ka reference 15 only. So, at least na may idea nga in 15 ay dili ra din siya enough nga data. Dabi karon kay katong para siya dakan kay siya og i-check no, dakan kay siya i-consider nga mga data no, wala kay siya nakakuha og sakto nga data about regulations training. So meaning to say the lesser the numbers of references, so the lesser the research to be published or to be recognized or to be accepted in general. No? May ka, okay, this research is about safety training organization that talks about the regulations. And regulations ra yung gikon nga wala di kay reference. So, oops. Sorry. The idea is good, but the references are not good because of the less number of articles that has been published. So for you to have this one, of course, simple raman na to ang requirements. So this is a training ground. Double purpose ni siya as what I have discussed and what I have kanang explained earlier, that it's not only about learning safety. It is all about how to do research. Okay? So, thank you for listening. I just hope that everyone is safe. Continue to pray for the safety of everyone, since we are talking about safety. And make sure that if you have questions, you can always ask questions through my accounts, through my I don't give phone numbers mo good, so kay sa private mo good. So through my emails na lang and our page sa social media. So okay, thank you for listening and I hope to see you soon. So wala na ba? Wala gid mga tag questions. So I would just like to thank you all for having me as your instructor. I just hope that it is not hard for you. You're practicing the new normal. It's also not good. It is also you have to try to explain to your parents also this is the new normal and we have to adapt this one. No? Walay good ani, no? Stop bashing, stop online bullying, stop ranting. Memes is okay, but to the point nga it will lead to a negative point of view is not good also. So try to refrain from doing that, okay? We're professionals. Then maybe it's a good practice also. Kung wala tayo good nga mahatag or ma-share sa uban, then stop talking about it. If na kayo ma-share nga good things, kana i-share na good vibes, good mood, happy life, kanang light mood lang kay aron especially pandemic ta karon. Okay, so study hard and I know everything will be okay later on. You just pray that everything will be okay, no? Will be okay. Amen. Bye everyone. Thank you for listening.